Okay, I just got out of The Strangers, Chapter 2. Now, before I go on with this one, I would like to talk about the other Strangers movies. The first one, the 2008 one, depending on the day, that is the best movie of the 2000s. Like the first decade, the 2000s. Um, I love the atmosphere of that movie. Stalker thrillers really get to me. And I think the subtlety of the movie in general, just like you'll see like the bagman or like the doll faced women in the background. And they don't do a music stinger. They do none of that. It's just very subtle. And then the brutality hits in. And just the paranoia that they give the people in the movie is so great. It's a classic. Now, its sequel, Prey at Night, I know a lot of people are mixed on this one, but I actually really enjoy that one. It kind of reminds me of like an 80s slasher movie. Like they kind of took the stalker thriller out and just kind of made them slasher villains, which I'm fine with. Like that pool scene with the clips of the heart playing. It's so beautifully shot and lit and like that. That's a really underrated movie. I really like that one. I just watched that recently because it's on Tubi, and I probably hadn't seen it since the theaters. And then we get to the I call it a remake. I do. Strangers Chapter 1, which was the original Strangers but done shitty. I really didn't like that movie. I mean, I just knew what was coming. Like if you're going to do this 3 film thing, at least don't try to replicate what the original one did. Do your own thing. And it didn't. It was almost beat by beat remake. I remember almost falling asleep during it. It was just because I watched the original one before I went into that one. And when I was watching, I'm like, oh, I've just watched this movie a couple days ago. I mean, I know you have to set up what they were trying to set up, which we'll get into with chapter 2, but you just think it would be done better. Or at least do a different twist on it. The twist wasn't big enough to justify a carbon copy remake. It's just, I hated that movie. That movie pissed me off. And then we get to chapter 2 that I just got out of. And I don't want to be on here and be negative. Because, like, look, I've never made a movie before. I just did, like, bit parts in TV shows and online uh, commentaries and stuff like that. My dream is to make a movie. So if anybody can make a movie, good on them. Good, bad, like, nothing. At least you made something. You'll one up me. But this movie tries to give us a backstory on killers that don't need a backstory. Like they're trying to give a backstory to like I guess like the town is covering stuff up and then like the ones they focused on were the sackhead dude and the woman with like the Betty Page kind of mask. Um okay, I'm just gonna refer to him as like the dark haired one and the blonde one because this is kind of irritating to me. Like in the original one, you could tell them apart more because of the hair. You had the long blonde haired girl, and then you had the shorter dark hair girl. So going forward, I'm just gonna call them what they were in the original because there's 2 doll faces, and I'm just gonna call them how they were in the original. Um, so the dark haired doll face and the baghead man, the town that dreaded sundown killer. Um, they get a backstory in it, which I was talking to my mom about this when we left, and my problem is with a lot of these movies now, and even like horror movie remakes did this in like the 2000s. Um, it always kind of pissed me off when they try to give reasoning or at least allude to some backstory to the killer, they're the fucking killer. It's scarier when they have no backstory. Like, okay, giving Leatherface one a new name, which was stupid, but then giving him a backstory that he was picked on as a kid because he was deformed. Okay, so what? That doesn't change anything. Quit giving backstory to killers. And even the later Halloween sequels were guilty of this, like with the Thorn Cult, and even originally with the second movie, with the second Halloween movie, saying that, the Laurie Strode being the brother thing, or being the sister thing. What just happened to people being fucking crazy? You don't need a reason. You know what the reason was in the original Strangers? They were home. Okay? You don't need any other reasoning behind that. And even Prey at Night gave them no backstory. They were just there at a trailer park. So, it just irritates me that they're giving me a backstory, and also, I'm following a lead that I don't care about. Like, I mean, the actress is fine. I don't think she's, like, a poor actress or anything. I think she does fine with what she's given. But I just don't care about her. I just really don't. So I'm following a person I really don't care about. And then with these newer movies, they took away the stalking aspect that I thought was so effective in the original one. Which I know you're doing a new thing. But, like, when I think strangers, I think of somebody in the background right behind the character. No music stinger, no nothing. They're just there. If you see them, you do. If not, you're not missing anything. It's just, I think the direction that they're going in this is stupid. And at the very end, it's a to be continued, which I hate that. I really do. I was kind of bored during this movie, but like just don't leave on a cliffhanger like that. And I know it's going to be released, probably next year sometime, because I think they shot these back to back. I think they shot all three of them back to back. But I just think the direction that they're going in this is poor. And if you're gonna be, how do I put this? If you're gonna be like a very kind of stupid movie and follow this lore, at least just give me some gratuitous violence. The violence is so just nothing in this movie. And I know the first one didn't have a lot of violence. It really didn't. Probably the most graphic scene was when Dennis from Always Sunny got shot. And I don't know, it's weird. I kind of feel nothing about this movie, but then it irritates me because it is based on a movie that I treasure and that I think is fantastic. And I've seen all these in the theaters, even from the first one from 2008. And I remember being so captivated by that movie and thinking, yes, let's get more of this. Because it was a nice transition between like the Saw and the Hostel movies that were coming out to something more subtle. And it really hit home with me, and I really like that movie. I love that movie. But this new series of movies, to me, misses the point. It really misses the point. I don't need a backstory for the character. I think it would be a better movie if you're just following this girl. And also in this series, they allude that the town knows something about this, that the town is behind it. Now that could be a cool concept. That the town is aware of these three killers, and that they, snatch up strangers and fuck them up and all of that. I think that could be kind of a cool concept. It's kind of like the Texas Chainsaw movies in that sense, with the dying town and like having to eat human flesh for survival, and like there could be something to that. But I mean, am I going back for the third one? Yeah, I've seen all of them in theaters. And there's this stupid part of the movie, and I went to the bathroom during some of this, so I missed the setup to this, but I just come back, and for some reason, there's a fucking wild boar going after the lead character. Like, that boar fucked her up worse than the strangers did, the killers did. And apparently, like, just the backstory in the movie is like they knew each other since they were kids, and I don't know, like, it's just, I don't really know what to say about this movie. I'm just kind of over it. Like I said, I'm gonna go see the third one because I've seen all of them in theaters, and I feel like I want to keep that streak going. It's kind of like I've seen every Saw movie in theaters. I want to keep that going. But I don't know, man. I'm just kind of done. I feel so exhausted from this movie. I was just very bored. It was predictable, and again, there was even in even in Pray at Night. Okay, the original sequel to the original one. There were moments in the movie where the stalker thing was there. There were elements of that where like a girl would hide in a tunnel, and then the dark-haired one would come out of the tunnel and scare her, and there's other moments like that that do remind me of the first movie. And so I'm not saying like if you go off the rails from being a stalker thriller to a slasher movie, it's bad. Because I think that one did it very well. And I think that's a really underrated sequel. I know it was done like 10 years after the fact, but I think that's a very underrated movie for that time in like horror films. But these new ones, man, they're just so far they're just nothing of movies. I don't know. And if I keep going, I'm just gonna be rambling at this point. So yeah, Strangers Chapter 2. Nah, fuck it. What am I getting into? Well, the next episode of Boxer Tape, everything is done except for me recording myself and doing the final edit, and it's done. I'm recording this on a Sunday, and me and Jake worked it out where I'm gonna stay over at his place um, Monday night, and we're gonna record what we've watched. I got two movies picked out. I'm bringing a third one just in case we can go through with it. It just depends how late it gets, but so you got that coming, which I'm excited about that. Very excited. He is too. So we'll get another one of those up. So coming up next week, you'll get me and Jake talking about whatever I make him watch, and then probably the week after that, you'll get a new Boxer Tape. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for that. So see you later.